Bienvenidos a La Cocina.
The Adam!
Oh, hey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to my kitchen, La Cocina in Spanish. My name is Adam, and for my culinary country, I chose to pick Cuba because I went to Cuba this past summer and I fell in love with the people, I fell in love with the food, and I wanted to share that with you guys and be able to taste some of this amazing food that I got to taste out there. So for my dish, I'm gonna be making a very popular dish in Cuba called Moros y Cristianos, which basically translates to Moors and Christians. And at first I didn't know that, but it made a lot of sense later why it was called that. So my dish in English is black beans and white rice. And that's the reason why the dish is called Moors and Christians, because Christians are white, like the rice, and the beans are black, like the Muslim invaders that came to the Spanish Peninsula. So it's really a metaphor for the cultures that mixed in Cuba. You have the white-skinned Spaniards and the black African slaves that come together and form the culture and the people that we know as Cuban today. So let's get started. So here are some of our lovely ingredients that we have for today's dish. We'll start over here with the Christians, aka the white rice. And then these are supposed to be black beans, but don't worry, we're not going to be using these. These are kidney beans. And normally the dish would take these made from scratch, but for time-saving purposes, I will not use these two and make them from scratch. I will actually be using the canned black beans, the moros, and then I will also be using Uncle Ben's whole grain brown rice because it only takes 90 seconds and it's brown rice and it has your fiber in it, and I'm a big believer in fiber and keeping that body healthy. In addition to those two ingredients, we also have a small onion. We're going to use the entire thing because it's small. And then we have a garlic bulb, and we're only going to use around 4 of the cloves within that bulb. And then we have a pepper, which is called, let me ask my assistant real quick. He did all the purchasing. Hey, assistant, what kind of pepper is this?
That's a serrano.
So we got the serrano pepper that we're going to add to the dish just to add a little bit of flavor. We're going to also use the vegetable oil when we're cooking these ingredients together in the pan. And then we're going to season it with a little black pepper, a little Himalayan pink sea salt because we're healthy like that. And then we're going to put some of this lemon juice on it. So let's move on over to that. So for this next part of the cooking demonstration, we're going to move to the cutting board. Let me show you guys what I have over here, what instruments I have. So first we have the actual cutting board. You want to make sure you have a good sturdy knife to get nice easy cuts. And then I have the items that I actually will cut in there, which will be the serrano pepper.
The serrano.
Serrano. And then the onion.
Cebolla.
And then the garlic.
Hoja? That means eye? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. You get the picture. So first thing we're going to start with is the garlic. These 3 are already out. You want to use around 4. And just so you guys know how to do it, this was the garlic bulb. You just break it up. Cut it up into tiny little pieces over here. You can see my knife skills.
If you guys have garlic that is in a bottle already cut up, you can use that as well. Or if you have a food processor and you're feeling really lazy, you can use that as well. It'll save some time. But I find this process a little therapeutic. You know, you get your thoughts, get to inhale the beautiful smell of garlic. What do you think, Chancho? How do you like it? It's muy bueno. See? It has the... I'll pretend like I'm a pro right now. I want to chop it up until it has little nice tiny pieces. Like I believe the word is diced. There's a little shell in there. It's alright. It's part of the process. Nobody's perfect. Alright. So now we got the garlic all taken care of. I'll just sweep that to the side for now. And then I'll move to the onion. Now a little OCD, gotta make sure it's nice and perfect. Alright. That beautiful onion right there. And then after you cut the onion in half, you just want to peel that top layer off with the flesh. It'll expose a nice shiny onion underneath there. And one thing I should have did before I started to peel is cut the ends off. It makes it nice and easy to peel the top layer off. And pieces of onion or garlic that only reach certain parts of your dish. And I think I'll only use half this onion right here. It seems like a lot. What do you think, Sancho? Half of the whole thing? I think that's good. That's good, right? That's a little bueno, right? You can do the same thing. Just want to try to chop it up really finely. And you guys see holes? Madam's Aroni? I remember they had onions in there. It's a cure for everything. That's why we got it in here. Alright. So that's good for the onions. I'll put it over here with the garlic. I'll put the onions one here
on the side so I can use it next time. And now we're going to use the serrano pepper, which is where you really get the spice. I'm probably only going to use half of it just because I'm a wimp. And that's what it looks like, real beautiful on the inside. Solid? A little bit more, Chancho?
That's pretty.
It's pretty. It looks like a rainbow, right?
I like it.
All right. So now that we have those ingredients all cut up, we're going to move over here to our actual cooking area where we got our pan, we got our vegetable oil, we have our Uncle Ben's instant whole grain brown rice, and our black beans. So we're going to use the pan right now to... First, you gotta turn it on, you know. We're gonna use this pan to cook the ingredients that we just chopped up over here, just to release the flavors and get them cooked a little bit. But before we do, we're gonna pour a little bit of the vegetable oil in. People want exact measurements, but I just pour a little bit more than a $50 sized puddle of the oil in here. Just enough to get the pan all nice and moist. Okay, that's probably like $2.50, but that should be fine. You could always add more. Personal preference. And you just wanna lube the pan up for the rest of the meal. So now that we have this beautiful rainbow as Chancho pointed out, we're gonna just put that right in there. We're gonna let that simmer in the sauce. Let that cook. Let the onions caramelize. And release those flavors. Alright, so I'm being real ghetto right now and using a spoon. But in Cuba, we have spatulas. So that's what I'm gonna use from now on. So we got that, spread it out. While that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the Uncle Ben's brown rice. It only takes 90 seconds to make. Before I get carried away, you don't wanna burn this. So I'll put the knob around half just to get it sizzling, but I don't wanna get distracted while I'm doing these other things. So we're gonna separate the rice in this pouch, follow the easy 1, 2, 3, 4-step process. Now that I've squeezed the rice, I'm gonna tear the 2-inch vent on the side of it. There we go, you see a little rice poking out. And then I'm gonna put it in the microwave on high for 90 seconds. Separate everybody. All right. Wanna get a shot of this, Chancho?
Yeah,
Go close.
I don't know how to use this.
So we have it in there, real simple. It's in there. Just gonna click on 9-0, start. Let that go for a little bit.
Spinning.
While that's cooking, we'll get started on the black beans. As you can see, our dish over here with the onions, garlic, and serrano, they're starting to cook a little bit and they smell delicious. I wish you guys could smell it. Come a little closer. See, check that out, the sizzling. It looks delicious. Before I get carried away, let me just mix it up a little bit. Make sure we get the sides. Try to flip it. Now turn up the heat a little bit. Just because that rice is cooking quick. We only got 30 seconds left, so Want to make sure that's all ready, because once that's all cooked and the rice is done, we're gonna put these black beans in there and we're gonna put the rice in there. The actual recipe for this dish, by using traditional Cuban methods, you would actually soak the beans overnight, and you would soak the rice in the bean sauce with those ingredients just to give it that flavor. But again, we don't have that time, so I'm doing it a quick, fast way, which is perfect for us college students and professors. I'm gonna shake it up. As you can see, everything's getting caramelized, getting brown. You could probably even didn't have to wait as much as I did, but I like mine a little toastier than others. So now that that's all cooked, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the beans and the juice in. I'm gonna let that go for a little bit until I put the rice in. All right, we got the top all peeled off. That's what the rice looks like. Nice and steamy and fresh. So let's go ahead and let's put our rice in there. Make sure you spread the rice around. You want it to get seasoned by the juice. All the fresh onions and garlic in there as well. I'm gonna let this go for a couple minutes, 10-18 right now. So we let our rice and beans and everything cook in this pan for about 5 to 6 minutes. And you could tell when it's getting done because all the liquid from the beans is drying up, and then you want to taste it. But before this dish is officially over, we want to add our last ingredients to it. So we're going to take a couple shakes of this sea salt. Not the sea salt, this black pepper. We're just going to liberally apply it to the dish. Season it to your liking. Next, we're going to use the Himalayan pink sea salt. Fancy. And we're just going to sprinkle some of that on the dish as well. Again, season to your liking. And then the last bit is we're going to squeeze some lemon juice from fresh lemons in my backyard. And as soon as you cut it in half, you're just going to squeeze it on there.
It's organic?
Es muy orgánico. So organic that it's ripping in half. That's how you know there's no GMOs in there.
You're pretty strong.
Hit the gym.
I can tell.
I'm taking applications, ladies. All right. So it's all good done. I'm just going to give this one last mix up so all the flavors, all the seasoning, the sea salt, the lemon, and the pepper get diffused among the dish. So now the food's all cooled off. I'm gonna put some in my plate and I'm gonna give it a try. Let's hope it tastes good. Tastes like Cuba. Hope you guys learned how to cook this wonderful dish. And I didn't mention it earlier, but the reason why I chose to cook this dish is this is a staple in every Cuban's diet. They might not have meat every day due to food shortages, but they will have rice and beans for every meal, for the most part, every day. Super delicious, super cheap. So I hope you guys will use my instructions and go try this out at home. Have a good spring break. Hey!